Hi and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
And I'm Matt.
Tonight we'll be talking about Guitar Hero and DDR coming out on the Wii.
Naughty Dog's PS3 game, details launch onto the web.
Sony unveils a spy MMO.
And an R-rated Manhunt 2 announced for the Wii.
Yeah, all things considered, that is actually a decent amount of fairly good news.
It is a decent list.
We were scrounging around before and we thought, there's not much to talk about, but actually these are pretty cool.
A lot of them have, like at first glance, don't seem that big, but when you actually look a bit more into them, they're actually pretty significant news.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's go down the list. I mean, Guitar Hero and DDR on the Wii.
Now, what I like particularly about that is that the PS2 has always been sort of the last bastion of anything that is a game that isn't really a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, SingStar,
doesn't
DDR,
that kind of define the
Guitar
Wii
Hero
these days?
Well, exactly. So it's interesting that Guitar Hero is kind of jumping ship off PlayStation a little bit, off Sony a little bit, in that it's going to...
But, I mean, they're doing the same because the Guitar Hero is also coming out on the Xbox 360.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's...
I guess the real question, though, is will Guitar Hero have a guitar controller, or is it going to somehow use the Wii remote?
Well, I would assume logically you would strum.
But yeah, that's true.
You would strum the thing. How you do the actual buttons, I have no idea.
The appeal of Guitar Hero has always been the fact that you've got a guitar, and more importantly, I think it's Harmonix that actually make Guitar Hero games. They're fundamentally a...
What do you mean Harmonix?
I think they're the actual developer behind...
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah.
I
thought you meant things being in harmony.
No, I didn't. The developer, Harmonix.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I do my research. I know who the developers are, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay, I know what Harmonix means.
Okay, that's great. But they've always been a hardware company, which is why they did so well with Guitar Hero. And sorry,
but aren't they Red Octane, the developer?
Red Octane Harmonix. I don't totally know. I think Red Octane did the second one and Harmonix did the first one.
No, Red Octane did the first one.
Then
because that was what always was really annoyed me, that Red Octane, a company that were best known for their Afterburner and so on,
peripherals
for DDR and stuff, was so aggressive in their pursuit of people who were making peripherals for their own game.
And that's why when they released Guitar Hero 2, it didn't support any of the
other peripherals. And why that was such a goddamn hypocrisy. But if you're telling me a totally other company made it, then maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just distributed by Red Octane, or maybe it was produced by Red Octane.
Or maybe Red Octane just did the hardware for them. I don't know. Anyway, it's semantics, really.
No, it's not, because you told a lie or made a point out of it, or were wrong. One of the two.
Harmonix developed Guitar Hero 2.
Okay. So
according to our website.
According
to our official review of Guitar Hero 2.
Which is authoritative. So,
absolutely. Anyway,
maybe the first one was different.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway, look, the point is that I would think if there's a Guitar Hero coming out for the Wii, because the big thing for them is not so much the game, it's the hardware.
Yeah.
As in, it's the guitars.
Yeah.
That's where they.
Well, I was just going to say, is that where they make their money? When you buy Guitar Hero 2 and a guitar, what is paying for what? Something's got to be...
Well, the game isn't that difficult. It's not like it's like put the tunes in sort of thing. The game isn't an amazing feat in terms of programming or things like that.
Do you know that?
No. I'm just assuming. I am just jumping to conclusions.
The guitar is just a chunk of metal with 4 buttons.
Yeah,
You're simply ignorant and trying to bullshit your way through it.
Look, I'm just trying to say that I don't think they'll get away with... I think they're going to try and put a guitar on the Wii version, even though the Wii probably has completely capable controls, and it could be quite innovative. I
do have to agree with you. Despite hating you, I do have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero without a guitar is pointless.
It is.
It'd be like DDR with a controller, left, right, up, down.
Well, funny you say that, because they're doing DDR on the Wii as well.
We might as well get
hold on, do
DDR.
we know much about this? Because this is another question.
We know a little.
Is it going to be Rayman Raving Rabbids style, sort of?
Well, apparently it's very similar to... someone was telling me about that, and it sounds to me like it'll be very similar. forward, backward, left, right, how much freedom of movement they give you, twist, up, down, left.
But hold on, so you're saying it's going to be with the hands?
Well, it
Sorry, okay,
seems almost inevitable. I don't see how you do it with your feet.
Yeah. No, Konami put out a press release combining the traditional map-based gameplay.
Konami, for those who can read.
Konami, right. Series with the motion-sensing Wii remote. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it does seem to be...
players let players move their whole body as they dance for a physical... while matching the directional arrows with their feet on the dance mat. No, there's still a dance mat.
There's still a dance mat.
But they'll also have to do specific moves with the Wii remote.
Interesting. So there's all sorts of crazy action happening. That sounds a bit like the you know how they brought out the game? What was it called? Karaoke Revolution or something?
Yeah, where you could use the dance mat
and you had to sing.
Moves, and you had to see that never worked for me.
No,
because you'd always sing like this, and you'd sound even worse than.
That's how I sound anyway.
Okay, I don't want to know why you sound that way.
Busy.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could have all three.
I like the idea.
You could have singing hands and...
No, that's not
and
cool.
feet.
I like...
That'd be awesome.
I like the idea of that sort of thing, but from what I've seen, the execution of that might...
Yeah, the devil could be in the details with that if it's not fun. I mean, you look at... Dance UK, for example, that we had for a while for the Xbox.
And that had...
It just wasn't as much fun as Dance Dance Revolution because it was...
It did too much as well. It also had the diagonals in it as well.
It had...
which really didn't work very well. And it
had 8 buttons
that had the SingStar remote, not the SingStar, the Xbox microphone as well, where you could sing along to the words at the same time.
Which was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But it did have film clips with... Rachel Stevens.
Yes,
remember that one you loved?
Shut up. Shut up. No, I didn't. I loved the Where's Your Head At based on Jack's one more.
That was DDR.
No. Ooh.
Rachel Stevens was in both of them.
Damn it.
She had 2 different songs. She had one that was in the DDR that we used to play all the time.
Yeah.
And she also had one in Dance UK.
Yes.
It was that my boyfriend's going to Los Angeles or something like that.
Shut up, alright? Alright, it's a dancing game. I wasn't singing along, I was just dancing.
And crying.
Shut up. Okay, we're moving on. Anyway, they're coming out to the Wii, and that is cool, because... the
Wii needs all it can get.
The Wii needs all it can get right now, because this is just something we've probably talked about this plenty of times before. I think everyone's sort of realising... Everyone who bought a Wii, and by no means am I bagging the Wii.
No, it's really good.
It's still great and everything, but everyone's kind of bought Zelda, bought Wii Sports, and gone, great, alright, well, I have to wait to Mario.
Can I say for the record?
Yes.
No one has bought Wii Sports.
Okay, they bought Wii Play, and they got Wii Sports along with the Wii. Are you happy now?
I'm good.
Mr. Pedantic, whatever.
I love it when he mispronounces pedantic. He used to say pedantic all the time. I used to say, you can't correct someone on that particular word.
Yeah, but I see the difference is that you would correct me and then I'd keep on saying it incorrectly anyway.
No, you've learned. I've taught you a few words that you've always pronounced.
You've taught me words.
Yeah, like he
always... There was that one that...
Medicore. He used to say Medicore all the time. And it took me a while to work out what he was trying to say. Then I realised... You've actually never read that word out loud, have you? It's mediocre.
Yeah, okay, that one's true.
You just swap them around, the letters. But anyway, yeah.
All right, well, let's
continue on the Wii thing.
Actually, yeah, why not? Let's skip ahead to Manhunt 2.
Yeah, the other thing that the Wii really needs, apart from games in general, is games that are a bit less partyish, a bit less kiddish.
Well, targeted to the more mature gamers.
Targeted to gamers.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably a good way to put it. I mean, the whole point of the Wii has been its appeal to non-gamers, but you've also got to appeal to gamers.
Which is something everyone started to get worried about once they realised that Red Steel was crap.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But, yeah, look, Manhunt 2 has been officially announced, and the interesting part of it...
It's coming to every console under the sun.
But it is interesting that it's coming to the Wii, because it's a very mature game, so much so that they've actually confirmed it'll be rated R in the States, which means it'll probably not even get released here in Australia.
It'll be banned here. Because
or they'll tone it down, or they'll do something to make it skirt within the borders of MA.
They'll take out the naughty bits. Yeah. The fun bits. It's the same.
The good bits.
The good bits.
The bits that we, who are over 18, like. They
will remove its balls until it's yug. Basically, that's what they'll do with it. It'll be a unit.
So hold on, you're implying I have no balls.
I am indeed. I thought I was stating it outright, but
yeah, sure. Now, apart from completely denying that,
which you would do,
which I would, how on earth would you even think to know that?
I'm assuming from your behaviour.
Right, from my behaviour.
Yep.
So even though your voice is higher than mine, you're saying I have no balls.
It's quite low, actually.
Now, hold on. Now, we're going to do this. You ready? I want you to say anything as low as your voice will go. Come on. Actually, you know what? I want both of us to say, hey, baby, as low as your voice will go. Come on. You brought this upon yourself,
No,
right?
I can't do it now because I'm laughing. But otherwise I would.
No, do it. Do it.
I'm actually doing it now, but it's so low the microphone doesn't
say
pick
it.
Up. No, I'm not going to participate in this
you
pointless
have to.
charade of embarrassing myself.
Exactly. Come on.
No.
Hey, baby.
That's actually not that low.
It's not. I know.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
That's about as low as I can go.
Okay,
I can't do it
fair
better
enough.
than that.
That's actually better than you've done before, actually.
Yeah,
Usually you're like, hey,
my
baby.
voice-
And that's the lowest I can go. Hey, baby. Okay, we're going to stop saying hey, baby
Wee.
now. Because it's predominantly male listeners. I don't think they
Yeah,
want
it is
us to
definitely.
actually be saying hey, baby to them as they're listening to the podcast.
So, guys, what are you wearing? No.
Shut up! And I have to sit next to him. All right, let's move along. Naughty Dog, that bad doggy. I don't know. The PlayStation 3 game that, if you remember back at E3, there was that game in the jungle that they were showcased in that montage at the end of the Sony keynote speech.
Uber cool.
It did look cool. Look, anything with forests and trees and stuff is always impressive. Just because it is.
Yeah, no, I kind of get what you mean, but you got to specify that you mean like action games, not some sort of environmental management.
Even eco-environmental management. What I'm saying is
well, it's hard to do trees good.
It is hard to do trees, and more importantly, a building is a structure. It's fairly defined lines and things like that, and it's fairly low polygon. That's right. But trees and foliage all have the individual. They're much more detail and depth to them, and to put a lot of trees like Far Cry. I remember the first time I played Far Cry. I walked
Somebody
into the
else
jungle.
might say it's harder to render organic.
Yeah, that'll do.
Structures.
That's good.
Yeah, but Yug will just rant about how trees are green and pretty.
Yeah.
And they're shiny in the sun.
Yeah, they are. It reminds me of when we were interviewing Uwe Ball, and Matt was asking clear, concise questions, and I was taking like 5 minutes to ask something.
You've probably heard it. There's like... Yugla asks a question, and then he rephrases the question exactly the same.
While I'm actually asking it.
Yeah, mid-question he changes and then just rephrases it to exactly the same thing. It's brilliant.
I don't know why. I
know why.
I should add that I was literally actually quite tipsy while doing that interview.
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
very happy about
And
that.
I should also add that I have actually not had a drop of alcohol now for almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
No alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs of any kind.
You remind me of Lindsay Lohan sometimes.
How so?
Make a big pronouncement of the fact that you've done something that's not really that impressive.
Well, put it in context, all right?
I get that.
For me and Lindsay, for that matter, that is an impressive feat.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right?
I was particularly impressed. I probably shouldn't talk about Lindsay Lohan because that's like supposed to be in the rants and stuff. But
yeah.
I was particularly impressed with her coming out and saying that she impressively hadn't had a drink for a whole week when she's under legal drinking age anyway. Like,
I didn't realise that, but okay.
21 in the US since where
of
she was.
course, yeah, good point.
Yeah,
but she jet sets all around, sort of thing. So maybe she probably drinks.
Well, where she was when she said that, she hadn't had one for a week. Wow, impressive. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I'm simply saying that this is a big deal for me.
It's good. I'm not trying to. All
right, and I have to stay on the wagon for the next month and a half, so we'll see how it goes.
Good luck with the wagon.
It could provide some very boring podcasts, or maybe some interesting ones, depending on. I'll be interested in people's reactions, actually.
Well, I've noticed a distinct increase in boring. I'm going to have to get drunk myself just to...
No,
that doesn't work.
See, no, it doesn't work.
No, it really doesn't.
You're not funny. You just get creepy.
I just get creepy, and we start to, at that point, risk some sort of intervention from government authorities, broadcasting authorities.
Anyway, look. Anyway, this Naughty Dog game, which was in the montage of just look on the front of the site, because a whole bunch of screenshots and the actual name of the game was leaked on one of their employees' resumes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll just pull up his name.
Jeff.
No, it's not Jeff. Rob Adams, who is a lead environmental artist on the game, he updated his online resume with the game's new name. The name is Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which I think might be based on a popular book, but I'm not sure. And he put a whole bunch of the first in-game screenshots and the name of the game, which, while cool for us, and so apparently...
Nice work, Poohead.
Yeah, well, cool for us. It's not quite cool for him, who is probably out of a job now.
Thankfully, his resume's up to date.
His resume is, yeah, and a lot of people would have seen it too, actually.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Great work, Rob. That's one way to put yourself out there.
Yep, absolutely.
But look, frankly, the game looks cool.
It does. It looks really good.
It looks great. And, something
I
I've
think
noticed...
I particularly think the environmental artist did a really good job.
Yeah. But it's something I've noticed a little bit lately is a bit of a turn. All the screenshots that I've seen of PlayStation 3 games lately are looking really, really, really good. I don't know if you've seen many or been looking around.
Maybe they've had... some of the ones we've seen earlier, in previous times. Mm-hmm. I think we're done with a little bit rushed hardware, a little bit unprepared.
Trying to get in time for launch and things like that.
Well, no. What I mean is that they wouldn't have really had very good dev kits at the time. And that was something that that they said at Pandemic, that John was saying, that they often don't get very
devs
up to
until
date.
Late in the process.
Yeah, they get the devs, they get early devs, but by the time that the console's about to come out, all the production is going into actually shipping units, so they don't kind of get around to sending new boxes. I mean, look,
I had a really big discussion with a mate of mine, Frith, a couple of weeks ago about the PlayStation 3, and he's an engineer doing his thesis in engineering. What is it? There's a course. It's called something.
It's electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, he's been at uni for 10 years or whatever. He knows his hardware side of things. He was telling me all about the PlayStation 3 compared to the Xbox 360, about the architecture behind it. And there's just so much potential for the PlayStation 3 to actually be significantly more impressive, but
the trick will be achieving that potential, and we won't start to see that for a while.
There's there's a rumor going around that Killzone 2 is actually going to be showcased at the upcoming Game Developers Conference.
Right.
And they're saying that it looks just as good as it did in the trailer.
Wow.
Which, if that's true, will
be
one of the most impressive things.
What I had heard is that, last I heard, Killzone 2, when shown more recently, had looked not quite as good, still good, but it lacked the people. It wasn't as full as it had been. It didn't have that had to basically remove a lot of action because the machine just couldn't handle it.
Right. Okay, that's disturbing. But anyway, look, the Uncharted game by Naughty Dog. Look, it looks really cool. Check out the screenshots on the front of our site. And yeah, that's great. The only other topic that we really wanted to bring up was there's a event called DICE, which is happening, I believe, right now, or it may have already happened.
Is it an acronym? It sounds logically like it's going to be an acronym, but we couldn't find out what it's for.
Well, we probably could if we did any sort of research whatsoever.
No, we did a little bit. We looked at something, talking about stuff.
I think it's to do with developer something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't be bothered to look into it now. Anyway,
Developers International Conference Exhibit.
How do you know that?
I didn't. I just made it up.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty good,
I
though.
thought.
Yeah.
But conference exhibit doesn't make any sense at all.
Conference expo?
No.
Conference event?
No, a conference is an event. You wouldn't go to a conference event. It
would
be like saying
entertainment. I don't know. Let's stop guessing.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, there were a couple of things that happened there. I think it was Doug Lowenstein from...
Isn't it from the ESBR?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And he's actually retiring. He was one of the founding member.
Being replaced by Jack Thompson.
No, I don't think.
No,
that's
but how
really
funny
gonna
would that
happen. It would be. It would be a tragedy.
It would be awesome.
But he's actually retiring. That's a big deal over in the States. And
it's worth pointing out that I don't know if people realise that, but the rating system they have in the United States is actually voluntary. It's not an enforced rating at all. It's self-regulated.
Really?
Unlike Australia, where the regulations are mandatory by government.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that. But anyway, he gave his last official speech in any kind of capacity, which I don't know what it was about or anything like that. It was probably fairly boring.
I suspect it ended with him giving the finger.
Why not?
Wouldn't you? I mean,
and to top things off, screw you all.
Yeah.
Sort of walk off. But anyway, the only real bit of news that came out of it was that Sony Online Entertainment (SOE) is doing their next MMO is going to be a spy themed.
Yeah, and
MMO.
Current, not either futuristic-y or pasty, which is I find particularly interesting because when you look at MMOs, they've all been either futuristic warfare
or fantasy-based.
Yeah, or some sort of like futuristic strategy kind of thing.
Okay,
or they've been fantasy-based.
Basically in Galaxy, Big Star, sort of like EVE Online or even Star Wars Galaxies, which is a crossover between fantasy and space sort of stuff. And
yeah.
Well, you got World of Warcrafts, New EverQuest and EverQuest?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ultima Online, yeah, but you don't... Oh, Asheron's Call even, but yeah, you don't have many... Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. You don't have anything in the middle. You don't have any current.
Now, my only question is, I love the concept of playing a spy, but you don't really get packs of spies.
No, how does it work in a world where
everyone is a spy?
Where everyone is a spy. Where every human player
is it going to be like spy versus spy, where you set up like buckets of
elaborate
water
booby traps,
above doors and electric doorknobs and things like that? Because that would be cool.
That would be cool.
But
can you have raids? Can you have like 40 spies trying to...
I just don't think that works. I mean, the whole point of being a spy is to be suave and stealthy and
not obviously a spy.
Spies are usually lone gunmen.
Well, in real life, it depends. Could it be like real life?
What a real life?
Well, a spy in real life, you wouldn't know what was a spy. That's the point. I mean, if everyone had like a sign on their head that said "I'm a spy."
Yeah, but here's the point. You're playing a game where you're a spy, so every other player is a spy.
Well, yeah, I know. That's kind of what I mean. And you can tell a human player from an NPC. Like,
yeah.
If for no other reason, then they jump.
They jump
everywhere.
Yeah.
And walk into walls. I love that. I love when you see players like just obviously on auto run and they hit a wall and they just kind of keep walking.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, but hold on. It's not. They haven't said it's an RPG. It's an MMO.
Yeah, it's an MMOG is what they call it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's
massively
an RPG.
Multiplayer online game.
I mean, they're actually saying it's going to be more of a cross between Alias and Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Which is more of a sort of...
Combat.
Yeah, combat. Sort of almost like Fury sort of thing in terms of MMO.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that'll be... I mean, it'll be a James Bond kind of spy, but not in a stealthy, suave, seduce the ladies kind of way.
That would be
more
cool.
in a license to kill kind of way, really.
If you join the game and all you really have to do is drink martinis and sleep with women.
There's a particular game that they play in universities. I think we've mentioned it once before, where every person in the university is given, who's participating, is given the name of someone, and someone is given their name, and they have to shoot them with a water pistol.
Yes,
that's the game.
I have seen that.
If this online game was done something similar,
that wasn't just universities.
No, it was across cities and stuff, but it started at universities.
Okay, right.
And then spread. But yeah, if it was done something like that, where you had particular targets you had to assassinate, and you knew everyone else was a spy, because they're going to be, but you don't know whether they're on your side or not.
Right. See,
there could certainly be potential
that's
for it.
So you'd literally have to hunt down someone and kill them.
Yeah, you might have to find their secret identity first. You might have.
What if they're not online, sort of thing?
Well, you have to find them when they are.
Ooh.
You'll have to watch them. You'll have to find out where they live.
Where they really live in real life.
Where they live in real life.
And then basically hold them at gunpoint and tell them to log on so you can kill them.
Yeah. Which would be funny. You stand next to them. Okay, log on so I can kill you. Okay, I'm logged on.
Oh,
Now I need to.
Yeah, just hold on.
Hang on.
I'll pull out
You-
my laptop so I can log
Yeah.
on to it.
I could just imagine he wasn't that prepared. He's like, okay, now I log on. Oh, crap.
just can you just stay online for 10 minutes? And why does this person have an accent?
All spies have an accent.
Right, can you just stay logged on for 10 minutes and I'll go and log on?
My concern is not so much why he
I'll
has
go to the
an
internet
accent
cafe and
as why he has Borat's accent.
is that Borat's
a
accent?
little bit, yeah.
I thought it was more Russian sort of thing, a bit more.
Well, there's the whole Kazakhstani. That's like in the
I am Borat. Very nice.
Former Russia, former USSR.
Yeah, they're doing a Borat too.
Really?
It's been Rupert Murdoch actually announced it. He said, "Yes, we are doing a Borat 2 movie." Because I think Fox Universal got the rights for Borat, but they didn't get the rights for
Borat 2.
The gay fashion consultant character.
I knew they were doing
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno was done by I think Universal instead, sort of thing. But either way, Sacha Baron Cohen, the main actor, Borat. The first one was made for 18 million and made 250 million worldwide.
Yeah, that's quite a significant.
He doesn't really need to do much, to be honest. So, but he is. So
yeah, he's actually done pretty remarkably well for himself. I mean, we were watching Talladega Nights the other day, and he was unrecognizable in that, but really good.
He was great. He was one of the highlights, I thought, actually.
And like all of his characters, he's kind of unrecognizable in all of them. You wouldn't know that Borat was Ali G. Like,
you know why? Because you hardly ever see him without.
There's no like central thing to go. Okay, this is that guy being like that.
Yeah,
you don't really see him much.
Yeah. Wow, that is way off topic.
It really is. We've gone from spies to Borat.
Yeah, look, I don't think we've got much else to talk about.
No, we don't.
How's things going with the Australian game? World of Warcraft Guild that's got people in it, which is good.
Yep, it's peoply.
Matt's now the guild master.
Which is awesome because my hard drive died again.
Yeah,
so
that's fantastic.
I'll be offline for at least the weekend.
I got to level 20 actually last night.
Nice
which
work.
I'm excited about.
Nice work.
There's
I think I'm 13.
13.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. Okay. I actually went skateboarding the other night. I don't know if anyone's
in
seen
the game.
No.
Okay.
No, not in World of War. Can you get a skateboard? That would be awesome.
/skate.
Yeah. No. I did a review of Tony Hawk Project.
Yeah, I saw
I've had the review for a while, but I wanted to go skating and put my newfound skills to the test. And I don't know if I really mentioned it in the review much, but I fell down a lot.
Fantastic.
I mean, a lot. As in...
I so wish I'd been there.
Yeah, you should have come, and you should have skated as well.
Oh, no. I've only done that once, and it went badly.
But as in, it almost felt, at least to start with, every kind of trick I was trying to do, it was actually exactly the same. Like doing it in the game when you didn't really know the timing very well.
Right,
so you'd always stack it. So that was like me at the skate park. It was very realistic.
So basically, it's not like riding a bike.
No.
At all.
No.
Right.
Not really. Oh, a little. No, not really. No.
The pedals are different.
Pedals are
Nothing
different.
else.
I got a graze on my leg and I drew a mosquito bite worth of blood. I figure I'm hardcore.
What?
A mosquito bite worth of blood, which is basically a tiny little bit.
Right.
I didn't draw very much blood.
No, I just didn't realise that was an actual quantity of blood, like an official...
A mosquito bite worth of blood.
A mosquito bite of.
It's trying to show how little amount of blood actually was drawn.
Yeah,
and how big a deal I am making of the fact that I did
Surely
draw
wouldn't
blood.
it depend on how big a mosquito it was?
Well, most mosquitoes are generally the same size.
Not when they've eaten a lot of blood.
Well,
they get bigger.
This is a retarded conversation. This is the third most retarded conversation I've had this week.
Were the other two with me as well?
No, they weren't actually.
Who were they with?
This is very important. I think most people need to realise that me and Matt actually don't talk that much during the week.
No, we don't. Especially this week. I've been doing a lot of work. So
yeah,
haven't really caught up much.
You know, I always find it interesting that some people contact Matt and tell him like, you know, we need to do that. You should do this.
Or the review's up or something.
Yeah, and then they'll contact me and tell me, and I'm like, didn't you? They're like, didn't you know? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, just because you tell Matt something, that does not automatically get filtered through to me.
No, the chances are it won't. Especially if I'm going to make him look like an idiot by not
knowing.
knowing.
Especially that.
But we should probably actually wrap this up.
We should. We are rambling a little bit.
Coming under the 30 minutes, I think.
For once. Actually, we did that last week too.
Yeah, but we filled it with
surprisingly not actually talking about that. Well, it was surprisingly getting under the...
That's all right. We can do that.
That's good. We can occasionally
because that way we have like the leeway to do 40 minutes later.
That's right. We can catch up. All right, well, look, thanks everyone for tuning in and listening to another week of Australian Gamers Friday Night podcast, which we're actually doing Friday day.
Yeah, we normally... Well, I mean, I think we've made this pretty open before, but we normally do it on Thursday. But I was at Evanescence.
How was that?
That was interesting. I was either at an Evanescence concert or there was some sort of Black Velvet convention going on. like a bodice... what do they call them? Corset convention of some kind. I'm not really sure.
Were you wearing one as well, or?
I was wearing two.
Yeah, excellent.
One to help pull the other one in.
Right, just because you needed that extra
the extra support. The extra, yeah. No, it was quite bizarre. And it was funny because for a bunch of girls who were supposed to be all hardcore and emo, they were a giggly lot.
They're girls.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it was interesting.
Fair enough.
There was also some things worth looking at.
Okay, I don't... No more.
I'm just saying.
Okay, we've now officially gone over 30 minutes, so let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week.
We might.
Cheers.
Bye.